everyone. Thank you for joining us for this month's edition of Real Estate Talk. And I have with us the illustrious Brittany Rose, who has amassed a huge Clubhouse following, as well as just offline social media, just guru of all things. And we've got several things we're going to talk about today. So thank you for joining me today, Brittany.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. And I just love these types of conversations. They are so needed, so warranted. And anytime we can bring awareness to all the good that's happening in the world and, you know, the things that still have work to do, I think we should be having this conversation.
So Brittany, tell us, women in real estate, how did it start and where can we find you?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Okay, so Kelani Blackwell and I were in a lot of Clubhouse rooms together and really noticed that.
And pause really quick. With Clubhouse, tell us, did you get on Clubhouse like most of us because we were in a pandemic, or what? How did you even get to Clubhouse? Tell us about that.
Actually, my accountant sent me a link and was like, hey, you should do this. And I was like, okay. I mean, so I logged on and I loved it.
Shout out to the accountant.
Seriously. And I loved it so much because I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to get dressed. I didn't have to put on makeup. All I had to do was show up and talk. It was the perfect platform for me. And so those first couple months, I was on it incessantly, like all day, every day. And it honestly changed my life because I was able to develop these relationships and friendships with people all across the country, and really be exposed to ideas bigger than I had ever dreamed of, and really given a path to understanding how to get to some of the places that I was trying to go. And so I got on because there was a pandemic. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have too much to do. So I could spend a lot of time on Clubhouse. And since we're opening back up, I will say my Clubhouse presence has taken a major hit. But a lot of that is because the business relationships I developed on Clubhouse are now coming offline. So it's been really interesting. The biggest piece of that has been women in real estate. Kelani Blackwell and I had been noticing that there was just like a lack of respect in some rooms for women who were asking questions. And we felt like we really needed a platform that was going to highlight and educate and empower the women in this industry. And it was so funny because I had really pushed Kelani to start the group. I had already started a couple groups that had amassed a pretty large following. And I was like, I'm going to be a part of this, but I'm not starting another group. Like, I just cannot. And a couple weeks went by of me like badgering her about starting this group. And as soon as she did, it exploded. It was the right thing. Like, it was so needed. And so we started hosting rooms and providing content and really just providing space, holding space for women to just talk and connect, and to get resources. And that's how it started. And then we were like, and then I was like, this can't just stop on Clubhouse. So we created, we started pushing people to our Instagram. We started doing pop-ups. At this point, we've been to Atlanta, to Dallas, to Houston, to Long Beach. This weekend we're in Chicago. Next week we're back in Atlanta. On the list we have Miami, Charlotte, Cleveland, New York, DC, New Orleans. So we're just really fostering incredible connections for the women who are showing up and being a part of the tribe. And that's what it's about. And it's been incredible. It's been such a blessing to be a part of something so impactful.
Thank you both for just having not only the courage to start it, but then sticking with it and taking it offline. That's pretty amazing. I love the pop-ups that you're doing. What would you say to someone who thinks, okay, right, I have heard about Clubhouse, but yes, now that things are opening back up, people are back outside, Clubhouse may not really be a good place for me to network. What would you say to them?
Well, I would say Clubhouse is always a good place to network because it's so open. Like, you start a room and people are going to pop up. I think we get too easily caught up in the numbers. Sometimes a room of 5 people is even more impactful than a room of 1,000 because you're able to really drive real, honest, deep connections. But if you do want to kind of take it offline per se, or take it off of Clubhouse, there's an opportunity for you to create community on every platform. And it's something that I've been really digging into more and more, meeting people where they are, meeting people on the platforms that they frequent most, and just serving them. giving them an opportunity to connect with you, giving yourself an opportunity to connect with them, seeing who you can connect them to that will further their journey. I think that's the biggest thing is and be patient with yourself. That's something I definitely struggle with. I want to be on everything all the time. It is not a reasonable expectation, right? So, and build a team. I would definitely say build a team. The only reason that Kelani and I can do what we've been able to do is because there are two of us. There's no way. I mean, I own a restaurant, a food truck, a cheerleading gym. I'm a realtor. I'm an investor. There's no way I would be able to take this on if I didn't have incredible partners at every level, not just with women in real estate, but on every team. So I think that's what I would encourage. Pick a platform that you like to use, start building community there, and then, gradually help people kind of spread out. And also, I would say find a way to have a more selective community. So for us, that is our mastermind group. And I think there's an icon right there. Our mastermind is a paid group. It's very inexpensive, but it is a paid group, and it's paid because we want intimacy and we want connection. And so we meet like twice a month, and we have built incredible bonds across the country and beyond, of women and men who are in the industry and who have goals that they're going after. And so I would say have a place where you can serve everyone, but then also have a place where you can serve the people who really want to lean into it.
Amazing. You've mentioned so much about not only creating a community to connect with, but creating a community to support everything you're doing. So I really do feel like our theme today is community and community. See, it's a new mantra. I think it should be our new mantra: community, community, community. So,
I think that is probably like my whole life mantra, 100%.
I love it. Brittany, thank you so much for joining me and for sharing your heart on women in real estate, on growing your business on Clubhouse. And we can't wait to see what comes out of both this group and everything you and Kelani are up to. So keep us posted.
I certainly will. Thank you so much for asking me to be here. It's been a joy. Thank you.